Close your eyes for a moment, dear listener, and imagine this. An ancient bell, forged in the fires of forgotten mountains, hanging silent in a temple shrouded by mist. It has not rung for centuries, yet in its stillness, it holds the vibration of every toll it has ever known. An echo that resonates not through air, but through the very fabric of eternity. What if, in that quiet poise, the bell whispers secrets of the cosmos? Ah, but listen closer. That is where we begin today. In stillness, discover the echo of eternity. Feel the weight of those words settle into your being like dew on a leaf at dawn. We are not here to chase the fleeting. No, we gather in this sacred space of sound and silence to uncover what lies beyond the rush of days. I speak to you now as one who has wandered the paths of the mind's labyrinth, tasted the nectar of quietude, and returned with tales that bridge the mortal and the infinite. Breathe with me. Inhale the possibility. Exhale the noise. For in this journey, we shall unravel the paradox that stillness is not emptiness, but the womb of all creation, the place where time dissolves and eternity hums its eternal song. Let us delve deeper, shall we? Picture a river, wild and untamed, carving canyons through stone with relentless fury. Yet, at its source, high in the glacial peaks, it begins as a mere trickle, born from the profound stillness of melting snow. That snow, blanketed in white hush, has slumbered through winters untold, gathering the essence of stars fallen from the sky. Is it not wondrous? The river's roar emerges from silence, just as our thoughts, our very lives, spring from the quiet core within. But what if we lingered at that source? What mysteries might unfold if we chose not to rush downstream, but to sit, to absorb the echo of that primal peace? Ah, yes, the echo. It is no mere reflection of sound. It is the soul's mirror, revealing truths we dare not face in the clamor of existence. Consider the ancient sage who retreated to a cave on a windswept cliff, seeking answers to life's riddles. Days turned to moons, and in the depth of his stillness, he heard not the wind's howl outside, but the subtle reverberation of his own heartbeat, aligning with the pulse of the universe. Why do we fear the quiet? He pondered aloud to the shadows. Because in quiet, the illusions shatter. The masks we wear, ambition's armor, desire's veil, crumble, leaving us naked before the eternal. And yet in that vulnerability, freedom blooms like a lotus in muddied waters. But tell me, what happens when the echo calls your name? We must explore this further, weaving through the veils of perception. Stillness is the canvas upon which eternity paints its masterpieces. Think of the night sky, vast and unmoving to our hurried gaze, yet alive with the dance of galaxies spiraling in cosmic rhythm. Each star, a pinpoint of light, carries the echo of explosions from eons past, births and deaths intertwined in silent harmony. You too are such a star, burning quietly within the galaxy of your own existence. In moments of pause, when the world fades to a whisper, do you not sense it? The thread connecting your breath to the breath of ancestors, to the sigh of winds that have circled the earth since time's dawn. It is here, in this unspoken connection, that we touch the infinite. Yet the paradox deepens, for eternity is not a distant shore. It echoes within the now, waiting for us to still ourselves enough to hear. Let a story illuminate this path. Long ago, in a village nestled between emerald hills, there lived a weaver named Lyra. Day after day, her loom clattered with the frenzy of creation. Fabrics of gold and crimson spun for kings and merchants. But one twilight, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Lyra set aside her shuttle and sat in the hush of her garden. The flowers bowed in the breeze, and for the first time, she noticed how their petals held the memory of every raindrop, every ray of light. In that stillness, an echo arose, not of her labors, but of a deeper weave, the tapestry of life itself, where threads of joy and sorrow interlaced without end. "What have I been chasing?" she whispered to the gathering stars. From that night forward, her cloths shimmered with a new luminescence, infused with the eternity she had discovered in pause. But imagine if Lyra had never stopped. What echoes might have remained unheard? Now, extend this wisdom to the rhythms of your own heart. Stillness is the alchemist's stone, transmuting the chaos of thought into the gold of insight. We live in a world of perpetual motion, screens flickering, voices clamoring, ambitions pulling us like tides. Yet beneath it all, eternity echoes in the spaces between. Consider the breath, that simple inhale and exhale, a bridge between the finite and the boundless. Inhale, and you draw in the air that has circled the globe, carrying whispers from distant lands. Exhale, and you release what no longer serves, making room for the eternal flow. It is effortless, this dance, yet we complicate it with our grasping. Why? Because the mind, that clever trickster, fears the void where control slips away. But in surrender lies power. The power to hear the echo that says, "You are not separate. You are the ocean, not the wave." And what if, in embracing this, you unlock doors long sealed? Deeper we go into the heart of paradox. Eternity is not linear, it spirals, folding past, present, and future into a single, resonant note. Like a seashell held to the ear, where the ocean's roar lives on, far from the waves, in stillness we attune to this spiral. Recall the ancient oaks that stand sentinel in forgotten forests, their roots delving into earth rich with the decayed echoes of leaves from centuries past, their branches reaching toward skies that have witnessed empires rise and fall. They do not strive, they simply are. And in their quiet endurance, they embody eternity's whisper. Growth emerges from rest, wisdom from waiting. But pause here. What if your life mirrored that oak, rooted in stillness, branching into infinity? Let us paint another vignette to stir the soul. There was once a wanderer, adrift on dusty roads, seeking the elixir of everlasting peace. He crossed deserts where sands shifted like thoughts, climbed peaks where eagles soared in silent vigil. Exhausted, he collapsed beside a tranquil pond, its surface a mirror of the heavens. As he gazed into its depths, the ripples of his reflection stilled, and in that clarity an echo surfaced, not of his weary face, but of every face that had ever peered into water's embrace. Kings and beggars, lovers and loners, all dissolved into one timeless gaze. The elixir, he realized, is not to be found. It is to be felt in the ceasing of search. From then on, his steps carried lightness, for he walked with eternity's rhythm. Yet the question lingers, when will you cease your wandering and listen? But the exploration beckons us onward, revealing layers like petals unfolding at dawn. In stillness, we confront the illusion of separation, the veil that makes us believe we are islands in a vast sea. Eternity echoes the truth. We are the sea itself, waves rising and falling in eternal play. Feel it now, the blood in your veins, pulsing with the same force that drives rivers to oceans, oceans to clouds, clouds to rain. This cycle, unbroken, is the echo we seek. It hums in the quiet moments, a child's laughter fading into memory, a lover's touch lingering on skin long after parting. These are not endings, they are reverberations, carrying the essence forward. But what unfolds when we tune our ears to this symphony? Harmony, pure and profound. Weave in the wisdom of winds, those invisible nomads that traverse the globe without map or motive. They carry scents from blooming jasmine in distant gardens, whispers from lovers under moonlit skies. In their passage, they teach us, movement born of stillness. For wind arises from pressure's release, from the quiet buildup of air's potential. So too, our greatest insights emerge not from frenzy, but from the poised hush before the storm. Eternity's echo is that potential, the unmanifest waiting to bloom. Imagine harnessing it, sitting in meditation, body still as a statue, mind a clear pool. Thoughts arise like bubbles, bursting into nothingness, leaving only the resonant calm. And in that calm, revelation. But dare we ask, what revelation awaits you? Let us linger on the metaphor of the echo itself, that ghostly twin of sound. In a canyon's embrace, a call returns transformed, softened by distance, enriched by the stones it has touched. So does eternity echo our lives. Every action, every intention reverberates through time's corridors. The kindness you extend today may return as grace in another's tomorrow. The fear you release dissolves into collective healing. Stillness amplifies this, turning whispers into choruses. Picture a monastery at dawn, monks in silent vigil, their breaths synchronized in unspoken unity. No words pass, yet wisdom flows like an undercurrent, echoing the eternal truths etched in sacred texts. It is here that opposites reconcile. Silence speaks, emptiness fills. And you, in your own quiet corner, what echoes do you summon? As we venture further, consider the dance of light and shadow. Eternity echoes in their interplay, the sun's blaze casting long silhouettes that stretch toward infinity. In stillness, we observe this without judgment, allowing shadows to reveal hidden depths. Life's paradoxes mirror this. Joy laced with sorrow, strength forged in vulnerability. The master knows this. She sits amid the flux, unmoved yet fully present. A tale comes to mind of a potter at her wheel, hands steady in the whirl of clay. The vessel forms not through force, but through centered calm, fingers guiding, wheel spinning, yet her core remains still. The pot holds space, she says, just as stillness holds eternity. Broken once, mended with gold, it echoes resilience. But what vessel do you shape in your silence? The path winds on, drawing us into the realm of senses subdued. In stillness, touch becomes profound. The subtle warmth of sunlight on skin, a reminder of stars' distant fire. Sound fades to the heartbeat's drum, echoing the universe's primordial throb. Scent evokes memories long buried, eternity's fragrance wafting through time. Taste the simplicity of water, pure and life-giving, echoing the rains of ancient storms. Sight sharpens to the intricate vein of a leaf, a map of eternal growth. Each sense in quiet attunement reveals the echo. Yet the mind resists, chattering like monkeys in a tree. Tame it, gently, with breath as anchor. Inhale peace, exhale distraction. What clarity emerges then? Deeper still, we encounter the paradox of time. Eternity is not endless duration, it is timelessness, where past and future collapse into presence. In stillness, time's illusion shatters like glass underfoot. Recall moments when hours vanished in a gaze, watching waves crash, lost in a book's embrace, or simply being with a loved one in silent companionship. These are glimpses of the echo, where eternity brushes the soul. A legend speaks of a timekeeper in a clock tower, surrounded by ticking gears, yet he found peace by stopping the hands at midnight. In that frozen instant, he heard eternity's song, not a dirge, but a lullaby of infinite nows. Time is but a river, he proclaimed, and stillness its source. But if you halted your own clock, what would you discover? Let us expand this with the wisdom of seasons. Winter's stillness blankets the earth in snow, echoing death's quietude. Yet beneath, life stirs in preparation for spring's rebirth. Eternity cycles thus, endings birthing beginnings in perpetual echo. We too experience this, losses that hollow us only to fill with deeper understanding. In meditative pause, we honor these cycles, releasing attachment to the transient. Feel the earth's pulse underfoot, echoing through your bones. You are part of this grand rhythm, not apart from it. Harmony arises when we align, stilling the ego's demands. And in that alignment, transcendence. But how does one begin? Now, as the exploration crests, we turn inward, connecting these threads to the tapestry of your human journey. Have you ever stood at the edge of a forest at dusk, when the world holds its breath, and felt a stirring, a recognition that you are both infinitesimal and immense? That is the echo calling, reminding you of your place in eternity's chorus. Ego whispers otherwise, building walls of I and mine. But in stillness, those walls dissolve like mist in morning light. Control, that elusive phantom, slips away too. We grasp at life's reins, fearing the fall. Yet true mastery lies in release. Have you ever clutched a fistful of sand, only to watch it sift through fingers? Open your hand in stillness, and the sand remains, echoing the paradox of possession through letting go. Love, love, the heart's eternal echo. Have you ever loved so deeply that time blurred, boundaries faded, and you glimpsed infinity in another's eyes? In stillness, love reveals its true nature, not possession, but union. Fear counters this, a shadow born of separation, whispering doubts in the quiet. Yet confronted in meditative gaze, and fear echoes back as courage. Have you felt the tremor of vulnerability, only to find strength in its embrace? Time, that relentless march, softens in stillness too. Have you ever watched a sunset, colors bleeding into night, and realized that every ending is an echo of new dawn? Healing flows from this realization. Wounds of the past reverberating into lessons, scars becoming maps to wholeness. Personalize this, dear one. Have you ever lain awake, mind racing with worries of tomorrow, only to find solace in the steady rise and fall of your chest? That breath is eternity's echo, anchoring you to the present. Ego's clamor, ambitions unfulfilled, regrets replayed, fades when you still the inner storm. Control's illusion crumbles. Have you tried forcing a flower to bloom? It unfurls in its own time, echoing nature's wisdom. Love's paradoxes unfold similarly. Have you given without expectation, only to receive manifold? Fear's grip loosens. Have you faced a storm, heart pounding, yet emerged renewed? Time bends. Have you lost yourself in creation, hours vanishing like vapor? Healing whispers. Have you forgiven a hurt, feeling the echo of freedom ripple through your being? These experiences are universal threads, weaving us into eternity's fabric. Have you ever shared a silent glance with a stranger, sensing a shared spark of the divine? That is the echo bridging souls. Ego divides, but stillness unites. Control seeks to orchestrate, yet harmony arises in surrender. Love expands, fear contracts. Have you chosen expansion amid contraction? Time's arrow seems straight, but in reflection it curves into cycles. Have you revisited a childhood memory, finding fresh insight? Healing integrates all. Have you embraced a scar, turning pain into power? Each "have you ever" is an invitation to recognize the echo within your story. Now, let this reflection guide us toward integration, where insights become lived truth. Imagine now, in this very moment, restructuring your days around stillness's embrace. Begin with breath. Sit, spine straight as an ancient pine, eyes softly closed. Inhale the echo of eternity, cool, expansive. Exhale the finite, warm, releasing. Feel it reshape you, ego softening like clay under rain, control yielding to flow. Apply it immediately. In conversation, pause before speaking, letting silence echo wisdom. In love, listen without agenda, allowing hearts to resonate. Facing fear, still the mind's whirl, hearing courage's call. Time transforms. Treat each hour as an eternal now, infused with presence. Healing accelerates. Revisit wounds in quiet, letting echoes of forgiveness mend. Envision your life anew, mornings greeted with meditative silence, echoing clarity through the day. Amid chaos, retreat to inner stillness, rediscovering eternity's hum. Let go of grasping. Have you noticed how attachments echo back as burdens? Release, and lightness follows. Harmony of opposites blooms. Action infused with pause, strength with gentleness. Imagine applying this to work. Pausing amid tasks, hearing innovative echoes. In relationships, still judgments, fostering deeper bonds. Fear dissolves into adventure. Step into unknown with still heart. Time stretches, savor moments, eternity unfolding. Healing completes the circle. Integrate past echoes into present grace. This realization is yours to claim. Restructure now. Breathe with intention. Inhale awakening, exhale illusion. Feel the shift. Body relaxes, mind clears, soul attunes to eternity's echo. Players it in movement. Walk mindfully, each step an echo of grounded presence. In rest, lie in stillness, letting dreams echo cosmic truths. Connection deepens to self, others, the vast unknown. Imagine evenings wrapped in reflection, echoes of the day harmonizing into peace. Letting go becomes art. Release grudges, echoing compassion. Harmony prevails. Opposites dance in unity, life a meditative symphony. As we near the culmination, let this integration settle like twilight's hush. You are ready to live this truth, dear seeker. Stillness as portal to eternity's echo. And so, we arrive at the threshold of conclusion, where words fade into resonant silence. Feel the journey's echo lingering in your being, like a bell's final tone, vibrating long after the strike. In this stillness, you have discovered not answers, but the space where questions dissolve into wonder. Carry this with you, the paradox that in quietude, eternity speaks volumes. Breathe once more, deeply, letting the echo expand within. What if, in your next moment of pause, you heard the universe whisper your true name? Let that image linger, an invitation to return, to listen again. Namaste.